Surprisingly, our planet is home to animals that like getting a bit tipsy or high. Most folks think only humans enjoy these experiences. There are quite a few animals dealing with issues related to drugs and alcohol. Some creatures can even get hooked on substances, harming their health. On the flip side, some animals simply indulge in these substances for fun, with minimal negative effects. In today's video, we'll explore a handful of these intriguing stories. Let's kick off with a journey to Africa, where we'll delve into the lives of both African bush elephants and African forest elephants, shedding light on their encounters with mind-altering substances. It's a wild world out there, and the stories of these creatures might just surprise you. African elephants are the biggest animals that walk on land, but what makes them fascinating goes beyond their size. Elephants are very smart and live together in groups, kind of like a big family. They act in ways that might remind us of ourselves, like caring for each other and feeling sad when one of them is not well. Scientists have even seen elephants working together to help a friend who is sick or hurt. When an elephant is upset, others nearby will try to comfort it by touching and being gentle. Besides being really clever, elephants have special features that help them in their daily lives. They have huge ears that help them stay cool, and their long, strong trunks are like a multi-tool. Elephants use their trunks to eat, drink, and even as a sort of snorkel when they swim. It's like an all-in-one gadget for them. And did you know they also use their trunks to put on a kind of natural sunscreen? Because elephants are so big, they need a lot of food every day. Some of them can eat up to 150 kilograms. They munch on all sorts of plants, but they seem to really like fruits. In particular, they enjoy a special fruit called the marula fruit. This tasty treat grows in the woodlands of southern Africa and is packed with vitamin C. When it's ripe, the marula fruit is juicy and a bit tangy with a unique and strong flavor. The tale of African elephants and their fondness for fermented marula fruit mirrors the antics of their apple-loving counterparts. Elephants are complex creatures, prone to peculiar behavior even under normal circumstances. Yet, when indulging in fermented marula fruit, they exhibit a particularly amusing spectacle, swaying from side to side and engaging in aimless dashes. The affinity for alcohol extends beyond marula fruit. In India, Asian elephants have been observed pilfering rice beer from unsuspecting humans, sometimes resulting in drunken rampages. Even elephants in captivity have shown a penchant for alcohol, shedding light on their curious preferences. Initially, skeptics dismissed claims of elephants getting drunk from marula fruit consumption, citing their colossal size as a barrier to inebriation. However, recent research challenges this notion, suggesting that elephants might be more sensitive to alcohol than previously thought. Unlike humans, chimpanzees, and gorillas, elephants lack a shared genetic mutation that grants an unusually high tolerance for alcohol. This mutation allows humans and their primate relatives to metabolize ethanol 40 times faster than other primates. The absence of this mutation implies that even a modest amount of alcohol can affect elephants significantly. The possibility that African elephants may indeed experience intoxication from marula fruit gains support from observational footage depicting seemingly inebriated behavior. Whether from rice beer or marula fruit, it appears that, given the chance, elephants could develop a taste for alcohol akin to that of raging alcoholics. Let's talk about reindeer, a cool species that hangs out in both North America and Eurasia. First things first, reindeer and caribou are basically twins. They're the same animal. Europeans mostly call them reindeer, while folks in North America prefer the name caribou. These creatures are like the snow champs of the animal world, rocking thick fur and snazzy nose coverings to stay cozy in chilly places. What's really wild about reindeer is that they're like superheroes with special vision powers. They can see in ultraviolet light, which is super handy in the crazy bright Arctic days and the super dark nights. It helps them find food and avoid sneaky predators. In the Arctic, these guys are the grass-munching champions. They chow down on all sorts of things like mosses, herbs, ferns, and grasses. There's even a kind of lichen named after them. Pretty cool, right? But guess what? Sometimes they get a bit bored with their usual snacks and decide to spice things up. That's when they go on the hunt for fly agaric mushrooms. Picture this, mushrooms that look like they jumped right out of a cartoon. These funky fungi live in cooler parts of the world, and reindeer are all about snacking on them. It's like a little taste adventure for these Arctic wanderers, Sometimes reindeer find these special mushrooms and really enjoy eating them. Surprisingly, these mushrooms can make reindeer feel strange, like they're in a dream, and they can be harmful to people. However, reindeer seem to handle them well and even crave more. Once reindeer try these mushrooms, they actively search for them, and when they eat them, they act like they're drunk, running around and making odd sounds. It sounds like a lot of fun for the reindeer, but we humans don't need to feel left out. In certain parts of Europe and Asia, people who take care of reindeer have discovered a unique way to experience the effects of these mushrooms. They collect the urine of reindeer that have eaten the mushrooms, and it turns out that this can give humans a similar experience without the harmful effects of the mushrooms themselves. It might sound strange, but it's a safer way to enjoy the hallucinogenic effects. Reindeer have shown a real liking for these magic mushrooms, and even though not all of them can fly like Santa's reindeer, it almost seems like they could after indulging in these mushrooms. Now, let's travel back to North America to explore another fascinating creature, the bighorn sheep. These sheep are native to North America and get their name from the impressive size of their horns. Each horn can weigh about 14 kilograms, and considering that a typical bighorn sheep weighs around 140 kilograms, their horns make up about 10% of their total weight. Big, strong horns on a sheep might seem like they're just for looks, but male sheep use them in fierce battles, ramming each other aggressively. These sheep, called bighorn sheep, live from Canada to Mexico, usually in hilly, mountainous areas. There are 3 kinds of bighorn sheep, and sadly, one of them is at risk of disappearing forever. This is sad news, but things used to be even worse. From 1870 to 1950, these sheep faced big problems. People hunted them too much, their homes got destroyed, and diseases made their numbers drop a lot. Good news though, now people are working hard to protect them, and the bighorn sheep are doing better. Still, they're not as numerous as before. Other stories about animals and strange things can be funny, but the story of bighorn sheep is a bit sad. Drugs are a problem for humans, and it turns out animals can have similar issues. But for bighorn sheep, it's not alcohol or magic mushrooms, it's a kind of lichen that acts like a drug. This lichen they eat is usually yellow-green and grows on rocks in North American mountains. The sheep are known to lick and even bite these rocks to get the lichen. After munching on it, they look sick or a bit crazy, like it affects their minds. Usually bighorn sheep like being together, but when it comes to this lichen, they take big risks. They go to dangerous places just to get more of it, even though they might get hurt. It's like they can't resist the craving. So, while it's better for them now, the story of bighorn sheep shows how even animals can have problems that can be a bit sad. These sheep often take big risks to get a drug, and it's not good for their health. They go after a type of lichen by grinding on rocks, and this can really mess up their teeth. In some cases, their teeth get worn down so much that they're almost gone. It seems like these sheep get addicted to this drug, and it's tough to see them suffer. Even though they might seem happy when they're high, it's not the best thing for them. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.